Another martial arts film? Let's do it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my The Grandmaster of Kung Fu movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, guys, I'm excited because this is another martial arts film. This one is The Grandmaster of Kung Fu, which came out in 2019. And guys, look, it is only 1 hour and 14 minutes. I was really interested in this film just because of the title, saying to myself, okay, is this guy really a Grandmaster? The trailer looks good, so let's get into it. Now, this is being directed by Chang Si-yu. I've never heard of him before, but if we just scroll down and look at the filmography just a little bit, we have Get in the Dark, Fist of Fury Soul, Land Shark, and The Grandmaster of Kung Fu, which was his first film that came out, like I said, in 2019. But my expectations for this film were mediocre. I wanted to see it because I saw it on the Hi-YAH website. Hi-YAH! This website, this app that has a ton of nothing but martial arts content. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. And just to let you know, guys, I will be reviewing a number of films from this site at least once per week, in addition with me covering Warrior that is in season 3 right now on Max or HBO Max. The last film I reviewed on this site was Young Yip Man. It was pretty good. So now let's see if The Grandmaster of Kung Fu is as good or even better. But before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film is all about. Near the end of the Qing dynasty, a renowned Chinese martial artist engages in a life or death battle with a feared Japanese military commander in order to prevent Japan's ultimate goal of seizing martial arts stronghold Tianjin. Well, guys, the first thing that I really did like about this movie is the runtime. As I said before, it is very short. It only comes in at 1 hour and 14 minutes, not even a 90-minute, not even an hour and a half. So if you just want to get in and get out with some Kung Fu madness, this movie is right up for you. The next thing that I really did like about this film is it does not waste any time to get to the fighting. If you wanted to see somebody get their ass kicked, just press play on this movie and it does not waste any time. All the punches and kicks are very intense with the sound effects. I'm loving all that. And so the intensity level is high at the very least. The next thing that I really did like about this film is the main character who is fulfilling the role of the Grandmaster. His name is Hao Yong-Jiao, or Master Hao Yong-Jiao. If I'm butchering that, please forgive me. I am trying my best. But I liked everything about him. He's a very confident character, very humble, but he still has a fierce presence behind him as well. He's the type of man to where when he walks into the room, there's going to be a cone of silence and everybody's going to turn and look like, oh my gosh, who is this guy over here? He must be pretty important because he sure does look it. He really does demand respect when he walks into the room, but he's not arrogant or cocky about it. The next thing that I really did like about this film is the philosophy behind the fighting. Each master in this film with their various styles do go on a little monologue, especially before they fight, just going over all the highlights of their given technique. It is quite entertaining just to hear somebody say, hey, my name is this is my style, and I'm about to kick your ass. They didn't say that last part, but at the same time, it is quite funny of how proud they are in their training to where it's like, hey, I'm B. Avery, I'm gonna whoop your ass with the B. Avery style. That was very entertaining to me. But besides our main character, Master Hao Yong-Jiao, the villains, the antagonists are pretty entertaining too. They have an attitude problem to say the least and are not honorable at all. And that just makes it easier for you to dislike them even more, especially when they're getting their butts kicked. And this goes to say, man, there are really some sore losers out in the world. And that's the case with some of the antagonists in this movie to where you clearly lost, but you can't admit to it or fold because of your ego. And that's just ridiculous. And actually, that's on both sides, the protagonist and the antagonist side as well. I don't know how you can accept a win when the other person lost just because they were saving your life. That's just kind of crazy how people's mindset works, but that's in this film too, and that was entertaining. Now, when it comes to my martial arts films and the way that they're filmed, the way that they're shot, I like long takes. I like the camera pulled back with a nice wide shot. We do get a few of those shots in this film, but not that much. And when I say long takes, I don't like a lot of breaks in the editing in my films when it comes to martial arts. To me, that just makes me feel like you guys' choreography really sucks. You don't know what you're doing and you're trying to hide it behind the editing. That is not the case here with the Grandmaster of Kung Fu. There is a lot of editing within the fights. Like every time somebody punches or kicks, it cuts to another, like punch, edit, kick, punch, edit, kick, edit. That can be really annoying, but it's not annoying here. They do it very, very well. You can really follow the action even within the edits, and it does increase the intensity just a bit. And it is choreographed quite well too. I really felt like these actors were trying to hit each other and these punches and kicks were landing. It was very, very nice to see. I really did love that. The sound effects were nice when somebody would connect, or even if they missed, to hear their punch waving through the air or their body hitting the ground. I did like the bass there as well. And also the soundtrack and or score. That was another highlight in this film too. I really did love that. I tried to look up the composer or whoever the artist or artists were behind the music of this film, but I couldn't find it. But kudos to you. That is something that I did catch a number of times. Like, yeah, I like that beat in the background. That melody is really, really making my head bob, and it's really intensifying the scene right now. Now, some of the things in this film that I did not like, let me start out with the title, The Grandmaster of Kung Fu. I really don't like the title of this film, The Grandmaster of Kung Fu, with them saying Grandmaster. I would have felt better if they said master, but when it comes to martial arts entertainment, the term Grandmaster is thrown around too loosely a number of times. If you are a true Grandmaster, like, it's ridiculous how much skill you have. Those people at that level, you will never hear about. You'll never meet them. There'll never be some video of them on YouTube or online. I mean, these people, which is only a very few, can kill you without even throwing a blow. Kill you without even throwing a blow. And there's different levels to fitness and martial arts. People in this film depicting these real life people per se are not at that level. And so again, I just would have felt better if they would have said master instead of Grandmaster, but that may not be a big deal to most people out there. Another thing that really annoyed me or kind of grinded my gears, just, well, I don't want to say annoyed me, just kind of got on my skin just a bit, is the use of grabbing somebody on the arm, on the shoulder, or something like that. That is really annoying to me and not realistic. When you get into advanced martial arts and Kung Fu, there's no such thing as grabbing or putting your hand on somebody's shoulder or whatever, because their fingers are going to be that strong, that powerful to where they're able to rip through your flesh. If you want a good example of what I'm talking about, there's an old 60s or 70s martial arts movie by the name of Fearless Hyena starring Jackie Chan. If you look at the antagonist in this movie, the guy's fingers are so strong that he can rip bark off trees. There was one guy that was knocked on the ground. He came down with his claws and ripped the guy's throat, grabbed the guy's throat and ripped him up off the ground. He was that strong with his fingers. That is true Grandmaster, or just even advanced master when it comes to martial arts Kung Fu. So when they leave this out in the movie and the fight, it's kind of like, you're leaving something out. You should be able to do this if you are really a Grandmaster. But I think the Grandmaster thing is just so it can be a catchy title and get clicks and views. But again, that's just my opinion. The last thing that I really didn't care for in this film was the hero's wife. She was very annoying until the very end. I was like, why are you not supporting your husband? I don't like you as a character. You can kick rocks. But overall, guys, I really did enjoy this film. Why? Because there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of action. And I like the dialogue too. All people are kind of talking trash, talking shit to each other once in a while here and there. And there is death in this movie. Another thing I will say, somewhat of a criticism that other people may have, is this movie is so super duper similar to Yip Man starring Donnie Yen that came out in 2009 or 2010. The only difference is the name of the character, Yip Man, and maybe the style of the Kung Fu. They're not using Wing Chun in this film, but pretty much this is a carbon copy of that film. I enjoyed Yip Man with Donnie Yen that came out in 2010, and I love this too, but the story is so similar. One thing I was gonna say is about this film that I like more than Yip Man with Donnie Yen is people die in this film, but no, people died in the Yip Man film as well. But Yip Man wasn't trying to kill anyone in his movie, but in this film, The Grandmaster Kung Fu, the main character, Master Hao Young Jiao, will kill somebody if it comes down to it. If he does or not, you'll just have to see the film for yourself. But overall, guys, I really did enjoy it. And I've seen this film twice and we'll see it again because I really did enjoy the fighting. It was pretty nice. When some people were connecting with their kicks, I was in like, oh yeah, that's what your ass get, or bitch. Like, oh yeah, he caught him in the chest right there. That was all throughout the movie, so I really did love it. I'll go ahead and give my rating for this film at the very end, but for now, guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach my next milestone of 50,000 subscribers. Right now, I am covering Warrior on my channel. They're on season 3, which is on Max, or HBO Max. I am really loving the show. I provided a spoiler review for seasons 1 and 2, and I also have episodic recaps for the first 4 episodes of Warrior, so please subscribe and check that out. I'm doing weekly recaps of that show and weekly lives as well. And I'm also, again, reviewing a number of movies on this website, Hi-YAH, right here, at least one per week, in addition with Warrior, which I just spoke of. So it's going to be a lot of martial arts over here. So subscribe if you are into that type of thing. Also, if you subscribe, you're going to get movie reviews. You're going to get spoiler movie reviews. I got a whole playlist right here of martial arts movie reviews. Warrior, like I said, is right there. I'm also covering Secret Invasion, Marvel Disney Plus. I got some series reviews, a weekly movie news roundup show that's live, a weekly comic book superhero show that's live, some trailer reactions and interviews as well. So if I had to rate the Grandmaster Kung Fu out of a 1 out of 10, I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, an 8.5 out of 10. And actually, I may start grading harder on these, so my ratings may drop a little bit. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.